Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. 7 o'clock, 7 a.m., Wednesday, June 21. We are beyond lethargic. It has been one of the slowest overnights that I have seen in months. Lethargic, lethargic, lethargic. And we're doing this as we head into Jerome Powell, who will be testifying in front of the House 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Eastern Time today. And typically, we will get a written statement from him prior to, which should occur right around the opening bell. Dead flat on every level. Technicals, price location, we are dead flat. And I'll show you a little bit more info here on. Nope, not that one. Wrong one. On the SPY QQQ. Here is your overnight. This is actually your week to date. Your week to date view over here on the QQQ. You can see here we're resisting very strongly that 367.84. Filled the gap. The QQQ did fill the weekend gap. IWM, dead flat lethargic, right in the middle of the middle. Below that 189, above that 181. And here is your SPY week to date. And SPY has not filled its gap, SPX as well, to that 439.46 over on SPY. We have not filled that gap. And as you can see here, it has been an extremely lethargic overnight session thus far. So, with the futures how they are, and with Jerome Powell due to come out at 10 o'clock this morning, it is pretty obvious that anything prior to Jerome Powell coming out and making a statement, which can have some kind of magnet on the movement, all that we have is the data, which is the 4409.59, 4400 gap remains unfilled on the SPX for now. For now, it remains unfilled. Yesterday was quite nice. We came down to 43.67. Didn't quite get that 43.62, but we came close enough. Very close to minus 1%. Very, very close. And then we had our bounce off. Over on the spreads, I have to call this an extreme risk trade start of the week. The 4405, 4400s, because we have that gap up at 4409. Can't go out there and say that this is a safe trade to be taking. Again, for risk takers, 43.90, 43.85, $3.50 or better. That was right prior to the opening bell. Looking for 43.62.60 for a proper, honest support test. As we got in there, we were already getting oversold when we started the morning out. QQQ throughout that risk trade, again, QQQ trade did close out complete as the QQQ finished at 366.90, and very, very proud. Imad made his first ever career trade, and it was a green one. So coming down again here, the 4405s, they finished full credit. The 43.90, 43.85s, they dropped down a quarter. They dropped down under $1. So getting in at 350, dropping down to $1, making over 100% on the trade itself. When you're getting warnings that you are super oversold over on the 1 hour, if you stayed in the 43.85, 43.90 trade, send me your address and I'll come over to your house and I will make sure that you understand what oversold means. Here we are on where our data is. 2 red closes, still closing above that 100% above the COVID lows, just fractionally below 20% up year over year, and just below up 5% on the month. This month began at 41.83, ran to 42.82 on the second day of the month, 100 points. And then the weekend prior to last was when we had that gap up, 42.99 up to 43.08, and 43.04 is that gap that remains unfilled. So With June how it is, it's very obvious that that is what we are expecting to see. SPX, here we are again, 43.65 was minus 1% yesterday. We only got to 43.67. Safe edges, nothing was even touched. With the VIX the way that it is, there is no safe edge to play right now because they are just simply too far away. Today, looking flat at our open, 43.42 lines up with minus 1%. 44.35 lines up with plus 1%. So we are at the liberty of Jerome Powell and what Jerome Powell decides to say or not say when we come here and begin trading. QQQ, same thing. Came on down. Actually, I did not highlight this. We dropped to 363.89, and that makes this a minus 1% visit day yesterday. Here we are today, and again, opening basically flat, but we are looking for Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell will make the decision as to what we get, what we don't get. 1 second here, guys. I am as lethargic and early in the morning as you guys are, so bear with me. QQQ 5-day gap to be filled over the weekend. Again, not a mandatory requirement, but we have been very, very brainwashed over the last 3 months to be expecting that. 44.83.72, 100% above the COVID lows. 43.59.50, minus 2% from our year-to-date highs. And very clearly, 43.36.76, come down here and revisit 1 week ago today's lows, is minus 10% from the all-time highs. Open for today, that's what we are looking at. The VIX filled the first gap over the weekend. Very, very close to filling the second gap, although it is not filled. And you do have that 1339 down there, which is a big warning level, which all other warning levels have been broken. So why does anybody give a fuck anymore? So let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, yay, let's go. I had thrown out a video earlier in the year that I thought 30,000, 31,000 was going to be the top, and it should be a warning level. And as you can see over here in April, that's what we reached. I'll give you a wider view so that you know exactly where you're at. And this is where you're at over here on your Bitcoin. So since nobody cares about the wider view, they only care about what's going on right now. Here is your 30-day view on Bitcoin. And as you can see, 30 days ago, back here on May the 7th, Bitcoin was in its decline below that 28,800 level. Decline, bounce, decline, bounce, decline, bounce, decline. Down here in this minus 25,000 zone, and then this news over the weekend, SBF getting off on his charges, Coinbase being the new fucking Lucid technology, Rivian, AI, whatever the fuck it is, Bitcoin back up here above 28,800. And you come over here onto your coin, and coin miraculously has made it right back to that magical 59.59. This is a 90-day chart that we're looking at over here on Coinbase going back to February. Zoom you out a little bit more, and you get a better picture as to where Coinbase is. This 59.59 is the 50 retracement of, bang, your 2023 highs and your 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020, and every other fucking year you want to put together, all-time lows. This is where Coinbase is. So we'll see what Jerome Powell's got to say. Sorry for wasting your time on the video, because I know there are better things to do, like clean your toilet at 7 o'clock in the morning or, scrub your coffee cup. Jerome Powell, 10 o'clock. See you guys in the chat room.